Imagine sitting down at your computer one morning. You click on your photos, nothing opens. Your documents, locked. Your work files, gone. Then suddenly, a message appears on your screen. Your files have been encrypted. Pay within 72 hours or everything is deleted forever. Your heart drops. Years of memories, tax documents, family photos, work files, all locked behind a digital hostage situation. Now imagine that same thing, but instead of your personal computer, it's the pipeline supplying nearly half of all the fuel to the entire east coast of the United States. That's not a movie plot, that actually happened.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled programming with breaking news. A major cyber attack has forced one of the largest fuel pipeline operators on the East Coast to shut down all operations. The attack, believed to be ransomware, has compromised critical infrastructure spanning thousands of miles of pipeline supply across the eastern United States.
May 7th, 2021, the Colonial Pipeline ransomware attack. One of the largest fuel pipeline operators in the United States woke up to a ransomware attack that would make headlines around the world. Within hours, the company shut down operations across 5,500 miles of pipeline. Gas stations from Florida to New York started running dry. Prices spiked. People panicked. Lines wrapped around the gas stations. Some stations completely ran out of fuel. And the cause of all of it? One compromised password, not some elite Hollywood hacking team, not some sophisticated zero-day exploit. One single stolen password to a VPN account that wasn't even protected by multi-factor authentication. That was it. That's how it started. So what exactly is ransomware? Ransomware is a type of malicious software, also called malware, designed to lock or encrypt your files so you can't access them. The attacker then demands money, usually cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, in exchange for supposedly giving your files back. Think of it like if someone broke into your house, but instead of stealing your stuff, they put everything you own into an unbreakable safe, then demanded payment for the key. That's essentially what ransomware does digitally. And modern ransomware is far worse than most people realize. Some attacks don't just lock your files anymore. They steal your data first. Meaning, even if you restore your files from backups, the attackers may still threaten to leak your information online, unless you pay. So back to the Colonial Pipeline. The attackers were a ransomware group called DarkSide. They found one old VPN account with the leaked password, likely purchased from the dark web from a previous data breach. The account had no multi-factor authentication, no second layer protection, just a username and a password. That was enough. Once inside, they moved quietly through the network, searching for important systems, sensitive files, and backups. Then when they were ready, nearly 100 gigabytes of data was stolen first. Then everything got locked at once. The Colonial Pipeline had a choice: pay the ransom or risk having all that stolen data leaked publicly. They paid that $4.4 million in Bitcoin within hours. So as you can see, the Colonial Pipeline is one of the most dramatic examples, but ransomware hits everywhere. Hospitals have had surgeries delayed because systems went offline. Schools have lost access to student records for weeks. Small businesses have been completely wiped out with no way to recover. And sometimes, even after paying the ransom, victims still don't fully recover their data because criminals are still criminals at the end of the day. There's no guarantee they'll actually help you after they get paid. And ransomware groups today operate almost like businesses. Some even have customer support. Seriously. Cybercriminal organizations now run help desks, payment portals, and negotiation chats, all built around extorting victims. DarkSide, the group behind the Colonial Pipeline, even had a public relations team and a code of conduct claiming they wouldn't attack hospitals or schools. Ironically, they had morals. They were a criminal organization with a brand image. So how do you actually protect yourself from ransomware? First, back up your important files, and not just to your computer, to an external drive or cloud storage that isn't connected to your main system. Because if ransomware locks your system, a good backup may be the difference between recovery and disaster. Second, use a strong, unique password and multi-factor authentication. Remember the Colonial Pipeline, one password with no MFA. That's all it took to shut down fuel supply for 45 million people. Third, be extremely cautious with links and attachments, especially if the message creates urgency or fear. And finally, keep your systems updated. There's a lot of ransomware attacks that succeed because attackers exploit old software vulnerabilities that already have security patches available. The Colonial Pipeline paid $4.4 million. The US government later recovered about $2.3 million of it. But the damage was already done. Days of fuel shortages, panic buying, economic disruption across 17 states, all because of one password, no multi-factor authentication. One moment of vulnerability in a system that supplied fuel to half of the country. Ransomware isn't just a tech problem. It's become one of the biggest threats in the entire world. And while the attacks can look sophisticated, many of them still begin the same exact way. One click, one stolen password, one moment of vulnerability. That's why awareness matters, because understanding how these attacks work makes you much harder to target. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe, because we break down real breaches, real tactics, and real ways to protect yourself. Stay safe, stay aware, and I'll catch you on the next one.